So we're going to advance this up a little bit with her moving. I'm going to get her going around in a circle. Turning her head. Turning her head to the right. And moving her feet and shoulders off to the left. And then give her a reward. Want to throw in there a little change up every once in a while because we don't want to overwork a lesson, you know, on any part of the body. Always keep them thinking. So we might change it up and go to turning the circles with the face in on the left. Shoulders going out to the right. Control the feet. Change up from inside to outside to keep the radius, keep the horse going on the direction path that you want her to go. And then she learns very quickly that the feet are telling her the direction and the hands are just holding the, re-correcting the head. So we want to stop every once in a while, give the horse a reward, throw in a backup, one rein backup, step her up ahead a little bit, put her head down, ask her for 2 rein backup. And that kind of head throwing around, that's okay. She's a green horse, but just don't overpressure it. We just want her to understand that when she relaxes to it, then we stop. She has to understand that she's really in control of the pressure. We're not going to release the pressure until she absolutely always does the right thing. And we want to remember, too, that when you're working with your horse, your pressure that you're shooting for is the pressure of a fly. We want to start off with that same pressure all the time, and we want to escalate it up to the pressure that is required to get what we want. And that doesn't mean, you know, to the point where you're abusing your horse. All that means is that you want to put the pressure on and hold it, put just enough pressure that you can sit there all day long until that horse gives to that pressure. So if you can't put a leg on it, whether you're with a spur or with a heel, and sit there all day long with that leg pressure constant on that horse, if you take it, you know, to the point beyond that where you can't hold it, then you've exerted too much pressure. The next time that you ask, you have to ask with the least amount of pressure. You have to go back and ask with the pressure of a fly. Most people don't realize that when a fly lands on a horse, that fly is so irritating to the horse that it will shake it loose off of its body. So if that fly is that irritating that that horse will go to all of the work of doing that, then why should we use any more force than that? So we shouldn't. So loose reins, head drop, and a nice calm walk off. Also want to work on controlled speeds. Controlled speeds in all of the gaits. I want to be able to set my horse at any speed that I want and walk at that speed. So if I want to move 1 foot at a time, then I should be able to do that. I want to be able to walk beside the slowest pony or the fastest horse. So I want to be able to have a cue that says to my horse that this is the speed that we want to go with. So doing that is not holding the horse through the mistakes, though, is letting go, is controlling one thing. Again, we go back to where I want to control only one thing, one hand, one leg on the horse, 1 foot. And so I don't need to drag, you know, the bit all the way through the movement of all 4 legs. All I got to do is control 1 foot on the horse. So as that 1 foot, I pick a foot, and as that one foot moves forward, I pull back gently, and I slow down that one foot. By slowing down one foot, all the other feet have to go at the same rate, the same speed. You cannot have 3 feet going faster than 1 foot. Then the horse learns to walk at a nice, slow pace. With that being said, you have to work the higher end. You have to make the horse appreciate that lower speed. So as the horse does what we want to change it up and move the horse out at a faster walk. And we want to have the horse extend that walk, learn to extend that walk right to the point where it breaks to the trot. Gently pull him back down to, using your slow down cue, gently pulling him back down and then pushing him back up. Every time you do that, you're going to get him extending out or extending out that walk. Now, I'm not asking for a trot. I'm just asking for a change of speed. Pretty soon the horse is going to learn that. Now there, she thought about going into a trot and just brought it right back to a walk again. There, to the trot. Back to the walk. Let her extend it up. So now we got a pretty decent walk. We're not recorrecting the horse very much. When I ask with a move cue to kiss, you know, it's a gentle cue, and right away you can feel her move out from underneath of you. Change it up, go back down to that slow walk. Head down, horse is relaxed. Now this really goes a long ways in teaching relaxation to the horse. They learn that they can do a lot of different things, and some things are much better than others, and this just happens to be one of those that are better than a fast walk. You can teach this all the way, once they learn this, you can use this all the way through a trot and a canter. And you can teach them speed control in all of those 3 gaits. Now I'm just going to, we're going to push out to a trot and just see the difference between the trot and the trot and the walk, and how quickly she responds to the little bit of pressure to come back down to a walk. And a very, very calm walk. And now I'm going to ask her for a walk. And a very, very calm walk. So those kind of transitions from one extreme down to the other extreme are very important, because that teaches them range. And it helps them to build that range. From the tiniest walk to the fastest walk, to the slow trot, to the fastest extended trot that they can achieve. Same thing with the canter. And it's always correct and release, correct and release. See how nice that slow walk, you know, how precision, you can build precision into all the things that you're doing. And your horse's body, your position is everything. The horse's head being down, relaxed, so important. gives you time when they start throwing their face around to work on correcting it. That's where you want to correct it, and not at a trot, not at a canter. You want to teach them what all of this little bumping means, all of these little correction things are. You know, have a response when they start throwing that head around, so that they know when you get up into that canter what it is you're asking them to do. The slower the speed that they go, the more relaxed that they're going to be, the more receptive they are going to be to learn the cue and move in the direction that you're asking her to go the whole time. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a good disengage of the hip. Now that's an important thing, because getting that hip to disengage when you need it to is a lifesaver on a balky horse. And having it controlled to step over when you ask, every time you ask, is one of those things that you can't do enough. Now your horse gets moving off without you asking it to, like she has a tendency to do. I don't want to turn that into a spanking. All I want to do is I want to turn that into something called work. I want to make the horse, go right away into a work mode, and I want to hold that same mode until that horse comes to a stop, and then not reward her because she didn't do anything right. She just did what she should have done in the first place that I asked her to do, and that was just stop and relax. So I want to give her, like the full rein, to make those mistakes and walk off or do something wrong. If I hold her all the time, then I'm stopping her from making the mistakes. She might be thinking about the mistakes and doing the mistakes, but I'm preventing her from carrying through them. And she has to learn what is right and what is wrong. My way always has to be the right way. And when the sooner that she learns that, the better the respect that we have between each other, and a better, calmer ride. One of the most important ways to work with the horse to get it stopped when you get in a situation where they're getting